me to say everybody's star, but the feeling's gone.
Our team, when we started, everyone doubted us. We didn't have that much support. It was kind of us, and we had each other's back. And so always having confidence in ourselves, and like, it's okay for us to be the first, to be the ones to kind of set the bar, set the level, and like go out to these tournaments. No one knows who we are. We're beating teams that we're not supposed to be beating. We're going out here, we're proving ourselves right, we're proving others wrong. And so that's the kind of legacy I think I want to leave, like having confidence, having love for each other, and just like having that kind of level of like grit behind us, and knowing like we're all here for each other and we're not worried about what other people think about us, but knowing ourselves and knowing our fundamentals, and that we're family, and that we're sisters, and we're best friends, and making sure that everyone who's a part of Shooting Touch knows those principles. And so that every time we step on the court, that's how we kind of present ourselves, that's how we show, that's how we play, and everyone around us sees that. And that's why we draw so much attention when we go out to these tournaments and we play games, because people can tell that we're a family, we're sisters, we love each other, and that we fight no matter what. And so having that legacy of like being trailblazers, fighting for one another, loving each other.
Even when it rains, my life is bright and sunny. Want you to know that I really
That's what happens, you make this timeless.
even when it rains, even when it
That's what happens, you make this timeless.
even when it rains, even when it rains, my life is bright and sunny. Want you to know that I really even when it
I think the legacy that I want to leave for the next generation is that despite your personal career with AAU and recruiting, that you can still be a key part of your community, and that you can always give back. I think for me and my teammates, like with all the recruiting going on, it can get really hectic, but there was never a moment where we weren't present in the little clinics and opportunities where we can give back and help other girls navigate through there.
We're going to start with here today is going to be our dumbbell bench press. When you get on the dumbbell bench press, we want to think about our feet at like a squat position. When I squat, my knees are out over my toes, so I'm Pep. I'm the Shooting Touch strength coach, and I've been working with Shooting Touch for 3 years. My vision for the girls short term is to introduce them to the strength room and strength and conditioning and what that looks like. A lot of times messages today are given to kids through social media, and it's the wrong message. So we want to pull back some of the myths, reveal some of the truth. Long-term goals are really to improve their performance and reduce the likelihood of injury on the sport, because we know girls are 2 times more likely to be hurt in athletics than boys are. So it's about being prepared and ready for the rigorous seasons that's ahead of them as they continue to grow into high school and collegiate athletes. Let's get our dumbbells over here now. So heels down, toes up. Again, knee, hip, shoulders in line. Notice my upper back and head are resting on the bench. From here, I stay in the bridge and I'm going into my dumbbell bench press. Nothing really changes here except holding this bridge position. Let's go through 10 reps and let's see what we look like. Head, slam, reset. We want to be dynamic, so when we do this, we want to think about speed and power. So the weight of the ball is important here.
That's what happens, you make this timeless.
Taps, up, drive. Knees should be about hip height, toes should be up. That's our end position. 1, 2, then right back down.
My piece of advice for other shooting touch girls is that when you go to these live periods and tournaments and camps, that you deserve to be there just as much as everyone else. Despite coming from an AAU team that's built from the ground up, whether or not the playing field is leveled, take pride in your work, and that chip on your shoulder, you should be proud of.
Know your journey, and there's a lot of people around you who may be better than you or not better than you, or they have certain offers or whatever. And I think one piece of advice is just to focus on your journey and know that the people around you, especially at Shooting Touch, have your back. I think one story that would definitely sum up my experience would be, this was at a Spooky tournament, and it was our first time being put on like the front like wooden courts, and because Spooky has like 70 courts, and this was our first time actually being on these wooden courts. And so it was a pretty, I don't know what time, like maybe a late game, normally we don't have that many people show up to our games, and so we were playing this really good team, and it was just a battle back and forth the whole time, really. But we normally kind of have our slow starts, and we were down by I think like 20 in like the first half, and then we kind of all just like rallied together, and we eventually start to come back. And so in like the last couple of minutes, it was tied. We were going back and forth, and then we eventually, I think one of us gets like a steal and a layup, or like a steal and then goes to layup to tie it when we go to overtime. And we, at this point, none of us really had that much like college recognition, but then we start to see college coaches surround. We start to see like kids kind of surround the court, and it's like, this is kind of like one of our biggest dreams, playing on the AAU circuit, because we have never been in this position before. And so
5 years from now, I envision myself as a star point guard of a really successful program, and that my name is being talked about not only across the city, but the country. And then at the same time, I'm still known as a Shooting Touch kid and a Boston kid, and I still make time to come home and have the same impact as I do now.
I think overall, I just see myself in a position where I had a great college career. I'm doing something I'm passionate about. Like, I love the sport of basketball. I want to stay connected to the sport and helping girls in my community, and still doing, like, continuing with that passion, but also continuing with my passion of government and public policy, and involving things that I have done with Shooting Touch, like doing our summer clinics, our camps, involving things around that, and coming back to my community and helping after college, and still staying connected with Shooting Touch, staying connected with the sport of basketball, and being passionate and using my degree and my experiences that I've gained in college and my wisdom that I've gained over the years. Hopefully I can now use that to my advantage and help exactly how Shooting Touch is doing for the girls like me now.
This is my blue